All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. For watching this video. And this video, I just want to talk about like behavioral-based follow-up. And you probably heard this before. Like you've had people say like, "Hey, yeah, your sales process sucks, and that's why you're not generating like closings out of the leads that you get, or out of the clients that you're reaching out to, right, or the prospects." And we want to see like, okay, what part of the sales process are you actually lacking of that's basically preventing you from actually closing more deals? And I'm just going to basically, if you want to get acquainted with our systems and how we do it and everything else, just go in the link down below, get acquainted to our systems and processes. You can go through our website and maybe even book a call to see how we can help you out. If we can help you out, we'll just give you some tips and videos to watch, and then we can split ways. No harm, no foul. If you do want to move forward, we can always make something happen. Now, coming back to this, what's very important is that behavioral based follow up, right? Because there's a bunch of ways to actually stay in contact with the leads. Some are more scalable than others. One of them is, for example, text campaigns, email campaigns, and voicemail drops, right? Which are very important so that people can actually call you back so you don't have to call people, right? Right when they come in, because sometimes it's just like unrealistic to call them within the first 5 minutes. Now, the thing is with texting, for example, is that people don't like receive large paragraphs. Like people prefer short, concise answers that are personalized to them. Why? Because people are lazy, right? People are watching short form content. They love TikTok at the moment, Reels. You've probably seen it all. And people are getting lazier and lazier by the day. And the top two companies, if we look at them, for example, like Amazon, they focus on two things, which is one, speed of delivery of product service, and two, conviction of delivery, right? So you basically always want to look at those two things, especially when you look at your text follow up, right? So why, for example, is Amazon worth 1.7 trillion? It's because they're solving the big problem and the lazy problem humans consist of. Like people would rather order a laptop on Amazon than drive to the closest Best Buy because it's just more convenient. And sometimes it's even cheaper as well. It requires so much less energy and time to be able to purchase a product with the touch of a button. Now you need to apply the same principle towards your communication, right? In order to succeed, you need to adapt new changes because you can reach a 65% conversation rate with cold internet leads if you do this right now and follow the correct scripts, which I also discuss in this little video, right? So I'm just going to get back to this little workflow in the next few minutes. So make sure to stick to the end. But what I want to make sure of is that you basically make sure that you implement this, right, in your follow up as well. We've seen thousands of conversations and we kind of know what works at this point, right? Especially because I've been in sales for a long time and I also have a sales team myself. And I can see like some sales reps have the same leads and some of them are getting very successful with them and some aren't, right? Because part of the sales process is not being validated, which is, for example, the text follow up, which is what we're going to talk about today, the lead follow up. Now, why not ask all the qualification questions at once and make this process quicker? It will destroy your appointment booking conversion rate because humans are lazy and look to respond with one or two words. Like, for example, it's like asking a girl out on a date, right? Do you go up to them and ask, like, hey, let's go out? Or do you ask some questions and build rapport first, right? And build some trust. The same is with online internet leads. Like, they don't know, like, and trust you always yet, right? So that's why it's important that next to this, you also have the value video letter that actually builds that trust on the back end, which is kind of like what we've been doing for our real estate agents. To also make them stand out instead of just like a random IDX feed that all of the other agents had and that Zillow has as well, right? Now, when you build the report, like what's the difference between actually like saying a no obligation meet and greet and an appointment, right? Because you have to sell it to them, right? They have to make it as attractive as possible. Both are an appointment. However, the no obligation meet and greet results in a higher appointment booking rate because people don't want to be sold. People want risk reversal, hence no obligation. So basically, like I'm just going to go through the script, for example. We have a lead response, either negative or positive. Negative, you could just remove them from your CRM or have an automation for that. If it's positive, it's like, hey, just need to answer a few questions. So I can send you the right homes and also at the end send you a video going through the entire process and they'll have a free course about the whole home buying and selling process. Are you okay with that? Typically they are, right? So you ask them a few questions and then you check if they're pre-approved. Now you say like, hey, I just want to make sure like, are you pre-approved? Because I also want to send you the value video letter on the whole process of that as well, right? You say yes or no, and then you move on to the next question, right? Because that can be a sensitive topic. So if you just quickly throw that in there like that, while giving them a bonus for actually giving a good answer, they're more likely to just answer and feel more comfortable and actually let their guard down, right? So if no pre-approval, you go to the right. If yes, like, hey, you offer the no obligation meet and greet where you discuss everything that they need and all the questions that they need to get answered. And now, once you actually confirm it, you want to make sure that you say like, hey, I've also given you the free course to this email, and also make sure to go through the value video letter that we've actually set up, right? So this way, once we get to the appointment, we can just quickly go through everything, and you should already be, you should already have all this knowledge, so we can go through the appointment way quicker and make best use of both of our time, right? This way, once someone actually gets to the appointment, you don't have to explain the same things over and over again, because that's what you explain in a value video letter and also in the course area. So let the value video letter and course warm up the lead prior to the appointment, which is very important. So as you can see, right, all you need to do is basically craft a stellar sales argument and transpose it into video format. Run direct response marketing campaigns to the value video letter funnel. Set up repeatable and scalable organic lead generation campaign, nurture them with a content portal, and engineer the right lead follow, which is what we discussed today, to meet the lead's communication style to actually book the appointments. And you can net an additional 300K in the next 12 months, like you've seen on our website. So if you want to see what we do, you can go to our website and click on how it works, and you'll see all of these agents that we've done this with. You can also check out our value video letter and see the whole process of how all of this works for real estate agents. And then you can click on get a price to actually schedule a quick demo call with our team. Check the link down below. That's where you can find it. And I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. And I hope to see you on the call as well with me or my team members.